Hi, and welcome to a brand new video of the Target Individual Program. There's a little tongue twister there. Target Individual Experience. Wow. Oh, he turned around. He was walking towards me. I had to flip the camera around so you guys can see. And he turned around. He's walking in the opposite direction now. You know, so that happened when the puffs aside. Gotta keep recording, you know. So anyway, the video uploaded last night. More continue today. Again, remote door monitoring. Hear the sirens there, right? And you know, like I said, they try to be very slick with their targeting today. Whereas yesterday, if I picked up, and like I said, if I picked up a fork, whether it be in the morning, the afternoon, during the day, what have you, there's always a police sirens and car honking at the exact moment I touched that item, right? And that's the tells me of the active surveillance and remote door monitoring. Okay. Even today, when Pam came home, she was talking to me, and all of a sudden she wants to show me her phone and, you know, the text with her girlfriends going back and forth. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, what's all of that for? Right? You know what I'm saying? It's like she's being very open now, right? And why is that? Because yesterday she wasn't. Okay, so what is going on today that all of a sudden, you know, you want to be all open, show me your phone and the text between you and your girlfriends, you know? And it's like, listen, you know, like I said, this is the only time she's doing this stuff is because she wants something, or they're trying to send me some subliminal message, right? And the fact that I'm going home today. Tonight, and like I said, there are times when they don't want that for whatever reason, you know. But you know, whatever it suits them, right? If it benefits them to try to get me to stay over there, they will. All right, and then they get to use various tactics to get me to stay, like coming home late, you know, going in her bedroom and falling asleep, right? So they employ multiple tactics, you know, and yeah. So anyway, I tell you, it's just observing and just studying this stuff. It's a lot. It is a lot, because as being just one person, you know, around hundreds of civilian perps who are targeting you every single day, who are waiting for you to come inside so they can, you know, start targeting you, or go back to their masters, or call their masters and say, okay, he's out the door and he's on his way, whatever, so they can start their harassment campaign, you know. But as TIs, we got to keep chucking it on, right? We got to keep chucking it on, because that's what we do. Okay? This is how we fight back, by not allowing them to, you know, isolate us if it's, you know, if it's at all possible that we don't become, you know, very, very isolated. Because once you become very isolated, then they will use, you know, conditioning methods to try to make you angry and to lash out against people, right? This is how they create the lone, you know, the loners, yeah, I should say, right? So being able to understand that, you can fight back against that. You know what I'm saying? And what they've been doing is, even today on Facebook again, I got another message on Facebook saying that they removed one of my posts because it's talked about suicide and self-harm. Like I said, I don't post stuff about that, okay? First of all, this is something that they try to do, try to get you to commit suicide or to harm yourself in some way, right? And like I said, I've said that before, I will never do that. That is not within me, it is not within my nature. And, if I'm brainwashed beyond, my control, know that I did not do that, okay? That I was brainwashed and manipulated, right? So, yeah, that shit ain't gonna work. I did another screenshot too, so I'm gonna do another video with all the screenshots because I noticed it. When was it? Wednesday, and I had just gotten up, and I kind of like scrolled back, so then I couldn't get the message again. So yeah, you could put your hand there. You could watch, yeah. I know. That's one thing. Yeah. I'm gonna expose y'all bastards. Expose y'all motherfuckers. Yeah. So. Yeah, look at him in the car too. Look, 6 fingers in there. Yeah. Fuck you too. Fuck you. Yeah, you can look at her. I don't give a shit. Look at her. They're tag teaming. That's what they do. He in the car and they're out there. 2 light-skinned brothers. Colorism. I tell you, black people, we're stupid. I'll tell you that. But like I said, I can't blame us. Our love for lighter-skinned people is something that has been conditioned into us, and it's not new. It is not new at all. Read the destruction of black civilization. Okay, these very same tactics have been used against us as a people for the longest while. All right, but back then, it wasn't so much as they use it now. As they mean it now. But yeah, they use it against us. They weaponize it, against us. They weaponize it against us. It's deeply ingrained in our subconscious. So yeah. Tell you, see, they tag team. Look at now they're coughing behind me. You hear the sirens now? All right. So, I mean, come on. And that's why I continue to do it because there's a pattern to this, and every time they do it, I'm able to show it. Okay. So yeah, there you go. And understand this, that there are a lot of lighter-skinned people who understand what's going on, particularly men who would use their lightness to manipulate the darker skinned women, black women, right? Because they understand that they have that type of power over the minds of black women, and the lighter skinned black women too, but you see it's more so prevalent within black men, right? Within these lighter skinned black men, right? Because they're men, let's face it. You know what I'm saying? They're men. And men who have power in some form of another will exercise that power, right? So, yeah, there you go. Just like in the black community, when you see mixed race men, whether they're light skinned or they have straight hair, they see how black women treat them more favorable, right, to another black man who may have woolly hair. You know what I'm saying? Because I've heard them, oh, I want to have light-skinned babies. Or I want to have baby with light-skinned eyes. Or I want to have baby with good hair. This is our condition. No other race of people say these shits. The Asians don't say I want to have, babies because of hair or whatever. They may want to maintain what they perceive to be their level of whiteness. Okay? But that's about it. They don't go looking for a white man with blue eyes to have a blue-eyed baby. They may look for a white man to date or marry because of the power structure, right? But it isn't to have blue-eyed babies. You know, it isn't to have blonde hair babies. It isn't, you know what I'm saying? You know? So, you know, it just goes to show you how we are conditioned. Alright? Just tell you, man. Right? Okay, is my bus coming? Yeah, I thought I saw it. I guess not. Or is it? No. Right? We are internally at war with each other, and we are at war externally with white supremacy. You know, we are fighting wars on many different fronts, wars that we don't even understand. Okay, wars that I try to educate people about. You know, and it's funny too because I've been talking about this shit for years. Okay, on my YouTube channel, and I see people who just start talking about this stuff, and they, you know, they have like 50, 60,000 subscribers. You know, they have like 30-something thousand views, 50-something thousand views, or 100,000 subscribers, talking about the same shit that I've been talking about for over 10 years now on YouTube. Okay, and what's my subscribers numbers? 600 and I think 96 now. 696. Okay, so yeah. I should tell you, the active shadow banning, okay, of my channels, right? And when I post shit on Facebook, relevant shit, you know, I don't get no feedback because, of course, you know, they know what they're doing. It's relevant shit that I post. They don't want people to see or read or research. And that's the way it is, the active suppression of information, right? To get people to think critically, to get people to realize what's being done, what's happening, you know? And so they will continue to use these different themes, these different names, you know, oh, he's crazy, or have such and such, you know, which is fine, but we all see what's happening around us, okay? We all see that shit. So, you know, it ain't nothing, you know, like I said, it ain't nothing that they can hide. It's just that we're conditioned to not see these things. What they've done, they have hypnotized the majority of people in America, specifically black people, to not see these things, to not think beyond what they see in front of them. You know, I talked about these young civil rights activists who have turned up dead over the past couple of years, you know, and there's no investigations, nothing like that. It's just cut dry. Or they commit suicide, or this and that, and this and that. Always use the suicide theme. You know what I'm saying? This is why you see they try to do that shit with me, particularly on Facebook, right? Where I've been getting these, oh, we're going to be opposed because it talks about suicide and shit like that. You know, I understand how they use social media and they weaponize social media against people, right? I understand. So, you know, this is nothing new, you know, yeah, particularly when they have a whole community turning against you, which is fine, you know. Like I said, I'll be the lone sane voice in the sea of insane people who walking around as if they're sane, you know. There's a TI out that she says, you know, the lunatics are running the asylum, you know, and the floodgate is open. Well, the floodgate's been open. Okay, the lunatics is running society, and they've turned the society into the people in society into lunatics. Right? Delusional as shit. Dysfunctional as shit. Right? Imagine living in dysfunction thinking that you're functional. Right? Like, what kind of shit is that? Okay? So, yeah, this is the state of what they've done in America. They, you know, like I said, as TIs, you know, we should understand that what has been done to us and continue to be done to us is also being done to these individuals, to these persons, right? But on a different level, okay? On a different level. Yeah, ain't no God in the sky, man. Don't look up there. He ain't gonna save you. Okay, look within yourself. See the guy on the scooter, as he's driving, he's turning towards me, he turns his lights off. And then the woman walking, she's looking up at the sky. Oh, really? Okay. I'll tell you how stupid people are, man. How stupid people are. This shit is funny as hell. Like I said, you really think, you personally really think you guys you can do this to me and I'm gonna be silent and not say nothing? Like, no, fuck out of here. Okay? You don't change the world by being silent. Right? You know what I'm saying? You don't change society by being silent. Okay? Right? You don't change that. You don't change things by being silent. So sorry, not sorry. Yep. Okay, so man, been out here for what, over half an hour now? Is it half an hour? No, about almost 20 minutes. Look. You're standing over here, okay, and staring at me. I turned, he started walking off. Yep, like I said, you don't change the world by being silent. You don't change society by being silent, especially when, you know, evil shit is happening and going on, and people are being manipulated, oppressed, subjected to all sort of ill treatment. You know, so if you think that I'm going to become silent or remain silent, despite your threats, you can forget it. Okay, that shit is not working. Alright, I'll say this again. Fuck out of here. Yeah, interesting. Being targeted on the bus again. Well, whatever. Anyway, I was on the bus and I was thinking about something that happened, and I gotta go to pick up my medicine here, Walgreens. But I was on the bus and I was thinking about something that that Pam had did. So she was in the kitchen talking to me. I was washing dishes, and every time I turned to look at her, she would turn around and walk as if she was walking out of the kitchen. And when I turned my head back, she would walk back towards me. And she kept doing the same thing. So when I finished, I was in the living room, she came to talk to me again. So I said to her, because she had asked me about some trip she wants to make with her girlfriend to go to Vegas, all right, in the summer. And she was like, well, you know, let's hope your father, she's talking to the kids, she said, let's hope your father don't change his mind, you know, because the way he is. I said, well, you know, I said, listen, you know, I said, if you don't do anything, you know what I'm saying? Not exactly in those terms, but she understood what I meant. And I said to her, I said, just like how I was in the kitchen, and I'm in the kitchen, you're talking to me, I turn to look at you, you turn around and you walk like you're walking out of the kitchen. I turn back to looking at the sink, washing the dishes, and you come back, walking back towards me. I look at you again, you turned around and you kept walking like you was walking. I said, when you do stuff like that is what pisses me off. So then she was like, well, okay, then I'm gonna go to my room. I said, yeah, you don't have to go to your room. You know? I said, you don't have to go to your room. She was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go to my room. I said, okay. You guys hear the shaking the change in his pocket as he walked by me? You hear that? Right? These little things that they do. Right? So yeah, you know, so I told her, I said, you know, listen, you know, I'm working on the things that I need to work on. You know, I've talked to you about targeting me and being aware that I'm a TI and I'm being targeted. You know, we had this discussion last night, like late at night. You know, I said to her, I said, you know, you talk about you gave this 100%. I said, how you give it 100% when you tell me you don't believe me when what I tell you? that I'm a TI. I don't believe it. She's like, yeah. I said, well, then you can't say you gave it 100%. And she was like, yeah, you're right. Then she was like, well, you know, I gave it enough percent. I'm like, what? I'm like, is this, are we teenagers here? Am I having a conversation with an adult woman who is 45 years old or an 18-year-old? You know? And this is pertaining, I'm going to speak to black men if you're watching my videos, whether you're purple or TI. Black women have been conditioned to be so delusional and to think that they're giving the relationship 100%. The only how they give the relationship 100% is that if you're a yes man. If you do everything they tell you to do or ask you to do, yeah, they want to be 100%. But the minute you say no to them, it's like, well, why you say no to me? You know? And this is the mindset of a lot of black women, right? This is their mindset. They've been taught and conditioned to believe in that we black men owe them everything. Yes, you guys yes, black women birth us, right? So I would say that, yes, in a sense, we do owe you everything, right? But guess what? You're not my mother. I owe my mother everything. You're just another black woman who I'm dating, who I'm seeing, who I'm marrying, or what have you. You didn't birth me. You know, your son, when you birth your son can say that he owes you everything, right? So yeah, I mean, the delusion is just really incredible. You know what I'm saying? And so when she finally realized and see the truth, right? Then it's like, you know, well, let me not say, you know, let me not own up to it, you know. Let me minimize it and say, you see here, see the fire trucks coming out? Look at the fire trucks. look. Right? So as I was saying, then try to minimize it and be like, well, you know, whatever percentage I gave the relationship, that was enough. You know, like how was that enough? You know what I'm saying? How was, you know? And then want to turn around and tell me that you gave it 100%, you gave it your all. You know, that's the bullshit. Yeah. That's look. And what did she do with the box? Look, you see the barcode? So she turned the box around so I can see the barcode on the box. You know what I'm saying? See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what they do. This is how these shit is planned out, right? So yeah, so I'm, you know, how you, like I said to her, I've given it 100%. I mean, you told me certain things, and I try to support you. I try to be aware of it, even when I was being targeted, and you know, my targeting affected, you know, our relationship. I said I was still able, okay, to not doubt you, but to still, you know, believe what you said, and to try to become aware. Even sometimes when I wasn't, I at least try to become aware. You, on the other hand, you told me you didn't believe me straight up. And you saw the emotional mess I was in because of what my targeting, but you still didn't believe it, you know? So yeah, delusional, okay? I'm not saying that she's delusional. I'm just saying that, you know, us as black people, we have various degrees of delusional thinking because we are conditioned that way. Look at these clowns. Yeah. All right, buddy. Fuck out of here.